Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and a doctoral student of psychology. Today, let's go over signs an avoidant feels truly seen and accepted. This was requested. This is for both fearful and dismissive avoidance as well as male and female. If there's anything specific that's more leaning towards fearful avoidance, dismissive avoidance, male or female, I will clarify that. If I don't, it just means that it's common for both genders, both attachment styles, okay? So, the very first one is likely one of the most important ones, particularly for fearful avoidance, but it's common for both, okay? They are honest with you, even if you might be upset. Okay, so fearful avoidants are not a fan, especially, of ruffling feathers. Just, they don't like making people mad. And so sometimes they're not going to always be fully honest. I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing, but they're not going to be as fully honest because they don't want you mad. And that's a part of the reason that some of them might lie, and it triggers not just their fear of suffocation, but their fear of abandonment, because if they do upset you, they're afraid that you're going to leave them, but their fear of suffocation, they're afraid that you might say something against them, which would cause them to shut down, like if you're critical towards them. So if a fearful avoidant especially is honest with you, even when you might be upset, this is a very important sign that they feel truly seen and accepted. Dismissive avoidance as well, but a lot of dismissive avoidants they're more comfortable being honest. They're more blunt about it. And to be honest, they're less likely to think about your feelings. That's not the best trait, but it's just true. And so dismissive avoidance, this still means they feel seen and accepted, but it's just not as prevalent in that sense for them, just because they already do that automatically, more so. The next one is they answer messages more quickly. For both dismissive and fearful avoidance, they tend to be more comfortable answering messages more quickly because they're not too much in their thoughts about what your message meant, but it also is because they prioritize you more. And so when they feel accepted and seen by you, they feel like they're allowed to be themselves, but it also makes them more comfortable, willing to compromise. If you're feeling like you want to appreciate them more, or you're showing more appreciation, respect towards them more, they often feel so satisfied that they're thinking, okay, you treat me pretty well. You're not trying to take advantage of me. You're not trying to control me. You're probably genuinely here. Let me go ahead and give you some of the things that you've been asking for because I know you're not trying to control me. It's genuine, right? So they actually do start answering messages more quickly. Another one that's similar to this, it's the same point, but they might actually be more comfortable talking on the phone with you a little bit longer. They might open up more in these messages, things like that, okay? The next one is they actually might send you more random messages throughout the day. This one's more common with dismissive avoidance, where they actually might show you a picture of, a painting that they just purchased, or they might have bought whatever it is that they purchased. They might show you a picture. Really common, a lot of dismissive avoidance in session. They might say, I felt pretty good. We had a good time, and I sent her a picture of my new cat tree I bought for my cat. Like, they don't even realize when they're feeling more accepted and appreciated that they start doing this more. But I see it happen a lot in session. They start talking about, I moved into this new place and I'm excited for her to come over. And I sent her a picture of the entire apartment. Like, I recorded a whole video for her and then I sent it to her. And these are things that avoidants tend to do, both male and female, when they feel more open and comfortable with you, okay? The next one is they actually become less triggered. This is more common with male avoidance, where a male avoidant, their reaction, how do I even explain it? Not all men are like this, but a lot of males, at least from my perspective as a therapist, they react when they're triggered. It comes across more angry or more detached comparison to a female avoidant. A female avoidant, I do see they shut down a lot more, and they might actually just say very short responses because they're trying to get away from the actual disagreement. But I've actually seen male avoidants, they get so uncomfortable, they start yelling, which is not healthy because they're trying to get away from whatever's triggering them. I rarely see female avoidants do that, like very, very, very rarely. Male avoidants, I see that a lot, where they're actually trying so hard to push away what's bothering them that they use their anger. That's not healthy. But if you're seeing a male avoidant especially, but any avoidant, become less triggered to things that used to trigger them, it's because they feel more seen and accepted by you. They feel like the relationship is safer. They feel the relationship is more palatable to what they perceive as love, but also they want to work on the relationship with you because they feel accepted, because they feel seen, okay? The next one is they start meeting your needs more. We talked about that a little bit throughout the video, but in general, you're going to start seeing this. When they actually feel that you make them feel seen and accepted and appreciated, not only do they feel like their needs are being met, but they also are less triggered, just as we mentioned. And so they're more able to hear what you're asking. And in that regard, they're more likely to meet your needs. Let me give an example. Let's say for a long time, let's say you've been with this person for 3 years, and let's say you're a female, or I don't know what gender you are, and your partner, let's just give an example. We have a female, anxious, preoccupied, and we have a male, dismissive, avoidant. Let's use that as an example. That might be a little easier to make sense of, okay? The gender doesn't matter. You can change it, whatever it is. And the attachment style for the avoidant can be either one. Let's just say you've been upset that during the weekends, they just don't talk to you that much and they barely text you, okay? Pretty common with avoidance because often a lot of them use weekends to completely detach and disengage from everybody. And they're doing like hobbies or just, if they're fearful avoidant, sometimes they're like not doing anything. They just need time alone. Literally, sometimes they need to sleep more. They need to lay in bed. They need to just, whatever it is, okay? And so that was something that's been bothering you a lot. But what you have decided as you've been meeting their needs in other ways. So maybe you've been hearing them out more. Maybe you've been less triggered when they are triggered. Maybe you have been giving them more space. And so suddenly they start hearing you more because they take what you're saying more seriously, in the sense they feel like you're not just attacking them, you're being genuine, because they feel like they're accepted by you. They hear you. Sorry, you hear them. And so what you're saying is not coming from a place of control or malice. I know that's not true, but they didn't really know that subconsciously. And so now they realize you're not malicious. Of course you're not. And you're not trying to hurt them. And so what you're saying about them not talking to you on the weekend is not to criticize them. It's a genuine request. And so now they're meeting that need more. Does that make sense? The next one is they actually share insecurities they have with you. Much more common with fearful avoidants who are female. However, male fearful avoidants do this as well. But I notice it takes female fearful avoidance a little bit longer to get here than male fearful avoidance. But this is more common with fearful avoidance. They start opening up about insecurities they have with you, okay? Doesn't have to be about the relationship. It can be anything. Maybe they're insecure about their driving skills. I don't know what it is, okay? But they open up to you about it. And of course, the reason why is they feel accepted and seen, and they feel like you're not going to make fun of them. Because fearful avoidance especially, they're very... Well, both dismissive and fearful avoidance are very afraid of being criticized, but fearful avoidance are afraid of being abandoned because of those traits, right? And that happened a lot in their childhood, unfortunately. And a lot of you guys are fearful avoidance, and you kind of know what I mean. The next one is that they share excitement with you. This is more common with dismissive avoidance. They got a promotion and now they're involving you, whereas maybe before they didn't do that. They have a presentation they have to do and they're really proud of it. And so they do that presentation in front of you because they're proud, okay? And the next one is they tell you they appreciate you, okay? So let's go ahead and summarize and then we're going to wrap it up. The first one is that they're honest with you, even if you might be upset. The next one is they answer their messages, text messages, more quickly. The next one is that they send you more random messages throughout the day because they're a little bit more comfortable opening their thoughts up to you. The fourth one is that they become less triggered by things that used to trigger them. The fifth one is they actually start meeting your needs more. The sixth one is they share insecurities that they have with you. The seventh one is they share excitement that they're feeling with you. And the eighth one and the last one is that they tell you they appreciate you. I hope this video is helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.